Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's podcast. My name's Charlotte, and I work as a Year 2 teacher in a primary school in London. If you haven't heard any of Hanaz Writers' podcasts before, then have a listen on their podcast channels. They've got one on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube, and Spotify. You can search for Hanaz Writers' podcasts on these websites, and then you can start listening to all the available podcasts on them. For this podcast, we're going to be talking a little bit about holiday journaling. As summer comes towards us, and some of us are thinking about holidays and summertime, now is also the time to think about journaling, holiday journaling. For most of us, the summer holidays will bring lots of different types of joy to us, or nostalgia, maybe also some sad times as well. Because it's times when we remember when we went on holiday, maybe we went to a different country, or maybe you went to visit your family in a different country or in a different place to where you usually spend your time. And you had to spend time traveling on a plane, a boat, maybe a train, or you went traveling by, I don't know, helicopter, or you went hiking and, did lots of different types of traveling. If you're lucky enough, like sometimes you go traveling by car. Maybe you remember like long, fun road trips where you and your family and you're singing songs in the car. Maybe they weren't as fun as you remember and they were boring and you'd sit in the car for ages and, had to sit through traffic because everybody else was also going on holiday at the same time. uh, During the summer, remember that even as you grow older, if you have children, they will also remember this time as well. As this is a time where, they don't have to go to school every day and they can stay up a bit later, maybe a bit past their bedtime, and they can enjoy the really hot summer evenings. Maybe they can go eat ice cream, play in the park, and ride their bikes up and down the street for, long time and long hours during the day. And also, like for 2025, we've had such a hot summer recently. It's been heat waves non-stop since June. So again, it's another time for them to remember, wow, summer. This is what summer means. It's like heat waves, hot days, time spent just chilling and not having to rush and go somewhere. Or if you're going on holiday, then you're spending time with family and you're being together during that time. Sometimes as adults, we do forget this, and we forget this special time of the year. I think it's more prominent in those of us if we don't have children, if we don't have kids. I mean, as a working adult myself, this is a time where I'm still working and I'm still going to school and I'm working with kids. Also, the kids, are working as well. We're all doing work at this point in time of year. It has been particularly um, like this year particularly has been tough. We've had like the hottest days for the last few weeks, and heat waves, as I was saying earlier on, and it affects you. It affects everyone. The heat gets to you. It does stuff to you, and you're just like you can't think straight, or you're dehydrated. You get more irritated. You get annoyed by people. You get silly things annoy you or set you off, and you see I see it a lot, especially with children. They don't mean it. They're just annoyed and hot and bothered. But if you are working during this time, you don't have children. Again, that's another thing. You don't have a summer holiday. When you were kids, you finish your work, you finished school, sorry, and you finish at 3:30. You go home. You had that time to just chill. Then the summer holidays rolls around. You got the whole month of August to just be, oh yes, great. I've got time to myself now, and you've got that whole summer to just de-stress and get yourself out of work mode, let's say. As an adult, it's harder because you have to take your time during the year at different points of the year. So you could take your holiday at Christmas time, could take your holiday maybe during the month of May, maybe the month of July. You could still take a summer holiday, but it won't be 4 weeks. It will be 1 week maximum, two if you're very lucky. And even then, you have things that you have to do during the week. You've got stuff like admin, life admin, if that even is a word or term these days. Life admin. bills to pay, stuff to do, car needs insurance, houses, mortgages need to be paid, bills for gas, water, and electricity needs to be changed and adapted, and council tax bills, and everything just kind of piles up at one point, and you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get through this. This is just ridiculous. But then also you have work on top of that, so you could spend a week off and get your life admin sorted, and then the next week you're back at work and you have emails to reply to, people asking you questions about things, finding out when is this going to happen, when's that going to happen, how soon can you get this done, how soon can that get done, and so on and so on. And it sometimes means that we forget to look after ourselves, and we forget that we're just one person. We need that time, that time off that we never got now. We used to get as a child, but we don't get now. And we need that break sometimes, just to be like, okay, I just need this moment to myself. And I think holiday journaling, well, I say holiday journaling, might not have to be on holiday. Journaling at any time is supportive towards that. It's a moment where you can be mindful of yourself, and you can spend some time thinking about, okay, take stock. What do I need to do? What can I do to help myself right now? Take stock of what's happening around you, and just get yourself back on track. Get yourself grounded. And I think journaling helps you to do that, or diary writing, if that's what you want to say. I think journaling might be more American than British. So if you're writing a diary, even just writing a diary entry about your experiences for this day, even if today's the hottest day and you just had enough, take a moment. You don't even have to write it. You could be saying it out loud, or you could just be speaking your thoughts out loud. And that's also important as well. Sometimes you just need to say your thoughts out loud to sort yourself out, to sort through your moments, to sort through your thinking, to sort through your thoughts. And also it can help you as well. I mean, if you want to talk to someone else about it, then sure, that's also great. Do that. Find someone, find your friend, call your friend, get together, sit outside, have a drink. You're allowed to do that as an adult. Have your moment, talk about whatever's on your mind. And you know what? Your friend will be there for you. And they'll also have that moment to tell you about what's happening in their lives too. And I think that's so important at this time of year. You take a moment to do that. We forget. We forget. We're so busy. We've got this, that, and the other to do. Everything happens at once. You don't have that time to process what has actually just happened, and how have I felt about it? How have I processed this experience in my mind? So, writing your diary, experiences of your world, of your ways, of what's happening, recapturing the day, take stock of the events that have occurred. I think we find this more easier, maybe we find this more easier to do during the winter time, because we are spending more time indoors, it's colder, you don't want to go outside for long. In the summer, you just want to be outside as long as you can, because, you've got the sun, you've got this weather, you've got the day, you can actually see things, you don't have to walk around with a flashlight or your phone and try to guess what am I actually going to be like sitting on if I sit on this, or and also it's not cold, so you don't feel freezing. You don't feel like I'm going to freeze if I stay out here for too long. Yeah, so you can actually just like spend that time just chilling outside, and yeah, having a good old chat. And I think sometimes we need that. It's very beneficial. And if you don't want to chat to someone again, you can just write your diary, write a words letter, email, a Word document, something, even a note, like on the notepad. Write a little few sentences for yourself just to sort yourself out, and just be like, okay, this happened today. I felt like this today. I think that this could have been better by. And I know it seems silly. And even saying it out loud seems silly. But actually, the more you do it, the more you get used to it and that kind of language, and the more you actually get to process things. And it becomes kind of second nature, because, of course, the first time you try anything, it's hard. Any new thing, it will sound ridiculous, it will sound stupid, it will sound silly. But after a while, it becomes second nature and you normalize it. And it helps you then to, again, process your thoughts. And you might even find that it could help you to change a little bit, change your internal monologue, change your internal thoughts, your behavior as well. There's a little saying that we have at school: your thoughts affect your behavior and your mood, which then affects your actions. And it's true, like whatever thoughts you have in your head, if you're feeling down and you have sad thoughts and you're having thoughts about negative things are happening or negativity in general, then your feelings, your emotions will be in negative. You'll be feeling sad, blue, you'll be feeling upset all the time. Maybe you'll be agitated, extremely anxious or nervous. And then your behavior shows you'll be behaving, I don't know, more nervous, you'll be behaving more anxiously, you'll be behaving a bit less like yourself, and there'll be a big change. And it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that maybe you didn't notice that this was happening. And it's very gradual. It's gradual. It happens over time. And I think maybe then journaling, writing your diary, talking about your thoughts and feelings then helps you to then process things. Helps you to process when you're feeling sad and why. When you're feeling angry and why. And then maybe you can start to work towards how you can change that. It won't happen overnight. No. I'm not saying do it and everything will be fine tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's good to remember that things happen. Time to take stock. Yes, everything might be going hectic. Everything might be going haywire. Yes, people may have annoyed you. They may have agitated you. But what's important is how you then react to that. If you let them agitate you and let you get your temper up and let you flare up, as they say, or become agitated by it, then at the end of the day, you're the one who's suffering, not them. They probably didn't even realize that they had agitated you or annoyed you or made you angry or upset. They probably didn't even realize they had done it because they're also probably feeling the same things that you are. And they're just saying, words just come out of their mouth and they're just saying stuff, and you're like, ah, okay. And they probably don't even realize that they're showing off their temper, they're showing off their anger, they're showing off their agitation, and they do it, and it's the same. And then the cycle just repeats. So you get angry and agitated and upset, and you say things, and then they get angry and agitated and upset, and then they say things that are not as nice as you thought, and so on and so on. Yeah, it's very it's a very interesting thing to see. If you ever have time to just take stock, take a moment, think about it, and talk about your experiences of other people. Journal it, write it down. That's also important as well. Sometimes just writing it down helps it get out of your system. And then afterwards, you'll feel relief because you've got it out of your system. Maybe you hadn't said it, maybe you hadn't vented to someone, but you've written it down. And you can read it and be like, oh, okay, that's what's happened. And maybe writing it in black and white then can help you to resolve any issues or resolve the problems if you're having a problem or resolve your feelings and emotions in that time. So yeah, um, that's yeah. Um, so that's all for this podcast. Take a moment for yourself, really, and I hope that you do try journaling, try writing a diary for the summer of 2025, and then see if you can keep it going. Start it now, start it in July, and then carry it on through the rest of the year and just see what happens as you go along till December. And it's a great way to like bring awareness of your experiences, and it encourages you to take stock of your emotions and feelings, especially during difficult times like this. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast, and if you would like to listen to more, then like and subscribe to Hanaz Writers YouTube, Spotify channels, Podbean, Amazon Music, also Apple Podcasts, and you can listen to all the different podcasts that I've made so far. And if you're interested also in becoming a published author, then why not visit Hanaz Writers YouTube website, Hanaz Writers website, and sign up. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, bye!